When you think you're the smartest people in the room, you should act like it. And this administration doesn't always do that. So what have they done this time? On Saturday, let me read this to you. China, Japan, and South Korea held their first trilateral economic dialogue in over 5 years. Before stating their intention to enhance economic and trade cooperation with a view of signing a free, fair, comprehensive, high quality, and mutually beneficial free trade agreement in the near future. China, Japan, and South Korea. Now, these are three of the biggest economic powers in Asia. You think I'm kidding? And they're three of our biggest trade partners. So, for instance, total goods trade totaling an estimated of $582 billion with China, $228 billion with Japan, and $197 billion with South Korea in 2024. That's huge for the United States. And now that's about to change. Why? The Trump tariffs. It creates uncertainty. And when trade partners can't depend on each other, they go look for other trade partners. That's what a smart businessman would do, a smart businesswoman would do, a smart corporation would do, a smart country would do.
And you got the ops agreeing that the United States is the worst enemy? We are so cooked. They put aside their historic beef for a common enemy. Historic beef.
Hey guys, welcome back to Trending Pulse Worldwide. I'm Amy if you're new here, and it's really great to have you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're into global stories that actually matter, because we keep things real over here. So today's story, honestly, it feels like something straight out of a movie, because China, Japan, and South Korea, the three countries that don't exactly have a warm and fuzzy history with each other, have decided to put their differences aside and come together. And it's all because of one guy, Donald Trump. Yep, that's right. Trump's trade tariffs have gotten so intense that these three powerful Asian economies are now teaming up, trying to protect themselves and maybe even strike back. And let me tell you, the reactions from Americans, whoa, it's giving economic panic mode. So let's take a look at what folks are saying, then I'll be back.
And I can't tell you how scary and potentially damaging this new alliance will be. If China and South Korea and Japan are in an economic alliance, this makes it a lot harder for us to have influence in Asia. We have worked with the Japanese and the Koreans to contain China for decades. But now, if they're all of a sudden going to be friends because we've ditched them, we're in a lot of trouble, folks. And this is all Donald Trump's fault. When you ditch your allies, they don't just sit there and take it. They go and look for other allies because it's up to their survival and the success of their countries to continue to do so. And if the United States is not going to do it anymore, they're going to lean on some people who we do not want to have any more influence than they want. In this case, China. There is a realignment happening globally that is not beneficial to the United States because we're ditching our allies and they're making new alliances. This is 100% Donald Trump and the Republicans' fault, because it wouldn't have even happened if they didn't start this tariff war in the first place.
Once again, I say, do you know how bad of a leader you have to be to not only have your own country, half of the states in the whole entire country, to join forces against you and sue you for the things that you're doing, but to also have other countries come together to make a decision on something they haven't done in 5 years. So Japanese and Korean officials came out and said over the weekend, there was a three-way conversation between the three countries discussing these tariffs. Since Trump became president, he's the one who made it so there was a 20% tariff on all Chinese goods. And he's also trying to implement a 25% tariff on imported cars and auto parts. I love how these countries were like, bet, we're gonna join together and come up with a solution against you, actually. Once again, I say, everybody in the whole entire world, not just America, the whole entire world are against Trump. I don't know why his supporters can't see it or refuse to see it, but the jig is up. Y'all just need to admit that he's not a good president and just keep it moving. Admit that you were wrong.
You're joking. You have got to be joking. China, South Korea, and Japan are burying the hatchet because of Trump's tariffs. Trump administration has got to be crashing out right now because this is absolutely insane. How are you going to be such a bad leader of the free world that these countries that historically hate each other's guts have said, I'm sorry, we gotta buddy up now. We're all in this together, chumps. I can't believe it. I'm studying this right now. I'm studying why these countries hate each other. It goes back decades. They hate each other. But Trump's tariffs have caused so much uncertainty and instability for everyone that they've agreed to strengthen trading ties in order to ride it out. Keep in mind, Japan is a historic ally of the United States, while China is their biggest rival and South Korea is somewhere in the middle. China and Japan still have a certain amount of beef over stuff that happened in World War II. You can see by the late Shinzo Abe and Xi looking like they do not want to be meeting each other. And they've all agreed to strengthen their supply chain cooperation and more dialogue with each other. Closely cooperate for the sake of regional trade, all for the sake of creating a predictable trade and investment environment for each other. Because the Trump administration's tariffs and economic insanity and obsession with alienating allies has made these situations so uncertain for them that they have no choice but to just work together, put their differences aside. This president who claims that he's this economic genius and we're gonna win so much has been so dreadful in only 2 months that countries that historically hate each other would rather work with each other than him, the United States.
Donald Trump has pushed 2 American allies into the arms of our adversary, as Japan and South Korea have agreed to stronger trade ties with China. Now, this comes to us from Reuters. Take a look at this. China, Japan, and South Korea to strengthen trade as Trump tariffs loom. Yet this is all because of Donald Trump's needless tariffs that Japan and South Korea are now going to strengthen ties with China for trade to stop any harm that might be done from the United States. And make no mistake, this is because Donald Trump has no idea what he's doing. Donald Trump would love to tell you that, look, Japan can't do anything to us economically. Canada can't. South Korea can't. Sure, individually, no. But when they start to unite against us, all of a sudden we have a problem. We've seen South America strengthen ties with China. Now South Korea and Japan and Asia will follow suit as a whole. European Union, Canada could be next. All because Donald Trump thinks that the U.S., despite being the largest economy, is being treated unfairly.
What China, Japan, and South Korea are doing is saying we can make our own regional trading partnerships. We don't need to rely on Trump or the United States for anything, especially when the Trump regime is threatening us for no apparent reason. This is great because while Trump and his MAGA regime continue peddling American exceptionalism, suggesting that we are so much better and more advanced than these nations, China, Japan, and South Korea are essentially saying we're going to work together and leave the United States in the dust. If there's one good thing Donald Trump is doing, he is literally uniting the rest of the world.
Okay, so you heard it. People are worried, and honestly, I get it. You've got China, Japan, and South Korea forming what could become a serious economic force. I mean, these are countries that are major players on their own, but together, that's not a small thing. And what's wild is this unity didn't just happen on its own. A lot of folks believe Trump's aggressive tariff policies basically push them into each other's arms. Like, if we're all getting hit, why not fight back together? You know? So, according to reports, these countries are already planning to boost regional trades among themselves and even work on joint responses to US economic pressure. And that could mean more deals between them, less reliance on US imports, and possibly freezing America out of some key markets. And while China's been reaching out to other global partners to cushion the blow, Japan and South Korea, who usually side more with the US, are now like, hold up, we're not going down with this ship. Now, obviously, this doesn't mean the US economy is suddenly going to collapse tomorrow. But what it does mean is that America could be facing serious competition in global trade. And that's something you don't ignore. Well, I could be wrong. So guys, drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know what you think about this whole conversation, because I'm always reading what you guys have to say. And guys, before you go, kindly don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more trending stories. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.